But man, before, when I just started training, I had to be forced by my best friend to work out. For a minimum 2 months, I didn't go train. I didn't go train by myself. I went to train because that's the only thing he does. Like when we go out, he was just around the bars. We always meet up around the bars. So he's training, I've got no option. I have to train. I never in the first 2 months trained because I wanted to train or because I offered to train. He was forcing me every time until I achieved the first muscle up. I could do some good pull-ups, some good dips, and I got some results that I didn't want to lose anymore. Once I got to that point, that's when I just basically decided to keep going, because I got some results that I didn't want to lose anymore. And yeah, my name is Jan Barsegal, by the way, for people who don't know. My achievements are some solid weighted pull-ups, some solid weighted dips, deep handstand push-ups, a lot of handstand push-ups, good muscle-ups, front levers, now even planche. So things are going good. I've achieved some stuff at the height and weight of 188 centimeters and 95 kilograms. So things are going decent in calisthenics, and today I'll speak to you on how to never skip your workouts and how to prioritize them to the maximum. Now, what are the consequences of you skipping workouts? The first one, you lose respect towards yourself, because you've said you will do this, you've said you're gonna take this seriously, you've said so many things to yourself, you promised so much and you ended up not doing it. And if a friend of yours would do what you did to yourself, you would never speak to that friend. Understand? So we do things to ourselves that if a friend of ours does to us, we'll never speak to him anymore, and you keep doing them to yourself. Let's take a pause after this one. You need it. You need to absorb this information. This is what made me change a lot. I understood. I say so many things that I'm gonna do. I promise so many things, and I break the promise so many times. How can I keep disrespecting myself more than I ever disrespect anybody else? It's a deep one. It's the truth a lot, and I'm sure most of you can think of a lot of times you've promised yourself so many things you're gonna do, or so many things that you will stop doing, and you keep doing them. And of course, the second consequence of this is that your training goes down the drain fully. If you skip, I don't know, couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months, do not ever in your life even try to complain about, oh, I lost progress, oh, things are going bad. Do not complain. You know what you've done wrong. Only complain if you do things right. But if you do things right, things will go right. So there's never something to complain about. And even if you ever complain about something with the goal to actually make a difference or change something. But if you just complain for fun, well, you're never gonna get far in life anyway. So that's not a good idea. And by skipping, I mean not leaving the workout for the next day or for the day after. I mean you not doing it at all in the week, in the whole week. That's it. This is not good. And again, you do this stuff when you actually got an injury, or that's it. Like, I don't know what to come up with. I'm a guy who also has a life like everybody here. Same problems like all of you guys, or most problems like all of you guys. And I don't know what to come up with. The last time when I skipped the workout. Imagine, I skipped the workout. And not that I skipped it fully, I just left it for the next day when I was very sick. I had temperature, blocked nose, sore throat, all in one, all inclusive. Man, I had to skip on that day because no, if I leave the workout for the next day, believe me, it was a crazy one. So yeah, next day I just did a light one, because when you're sick, you don't need to go too crazy anyway, because you're not gonna progress. So when you're sick, you go like maximum 80-90% intense. Man, my system was used by thousands of people. My methods, all my knowledge, shared into one solid looking file, yeah, SSS. So thousands of people have used it, they got crazy results. I'll leave the link in the description or somewhere here on the screen. So to level up, make sure you go there. Let's go. And for the coaching, if you're ready to invest into yourself, you have a job, I'll also leave in the description the link for this, so you can just apply, and yeah, I'll see you there. Take care. So when it comes to skipping, it usually happens for a couple of reasons, and it's important for you to know how these things work. It's important because you might not change anything after watching this video, but you will know the truth. And once we know the truth and we try to get better, you will get better. It's just all about time at this point. So how does everything work when it comes to skipping workouts? Well, first of all, your goal is not good enough. You don't have a strong enough goal. You don't have a trauma. Yes, you need a trauma to actually want to change something significant, because to make a huge change in your life, you need a very good reason, and that trauma is a reason to change. So when you don't have a good reason to change, you will just not change at all. So you need that reason. Most people have a heartbreak as a reason. A lot of people have them losing a family member as a reason. Many people just, things just go bad, they just look very skinny, they're tired of looking skinny, of getting bullied, and that's why they change. So you need the trauma. As much as you don't want to hear it, as much as you hope to just be chilling alone at home, doing whatever you want, having the best time of your life, and then suddenly just taking things very seriously, well, unfortunately, it's a very, very rare chance and a small chance that this will actually happen. So if you want to actually make a change, you need to dig deep into your mind. Why do you want to do this? Like, think of all the most painful moments related to training, or related to you not being able to do something good enough, or you not being strong at something. You just maybe in your classroom or at school or at your job, you were supposed to test your strength or do some push-ups or do some pull-ups, and you failed miserably. But remember of those moments, use them as motivation. Everything bad that has ever happened in your life, use it as motivation, not as a reason to complain and be upset about your life. No, you will never change anything about this. You just need to actually use all these problems as a reason to improve. And guys, I want to create a mindset that will help you achieve very, very good results. And I know a lot of you guys, have a job, they study, you do things in life. This is normal. It doesn't mean you can't achieve a lot. This is everything is very, very achievable. Even if you do things in life, this is obvious. And many of you don't know, but for 5 years minimum, I studied and worked full time while training at the same time. So I did, or there was a time when I only worked full time and I trained, which was easy to combine. But studying and working to combine with training, this was more tough, but I still never skipped. In worst case, again, I just left it for the next day. So skipping is not so much about your muscles, it's more about your mind. Here you get damaged, here you disrespect yourself, and you can't normalize disrespecting yourself. If your friend disrespects you once and you don't react and you don't take the matter serious and you don't have a serious conversation about this, he's gonna do it again and again and again. And you know this, how many situations you've had in life where this was true. Same with you. If you don't do what you've said one time, it's gonna happen again. And it's gonna happen in something completely different, a different topic, a different situation. It's gonna happen more and more and more until you decide to stop. You need to literally have a serious conversation with yourself about why do you keep doing this? What needs to actually change? Man, it might sound weird, but this is how it goes, this is how you need to get things done. And it's very, very interesting topic to me, because I knew it's always my fault. Every time something goes wrong, it's not the program, it's not somebody, it's not my parents not letting me train, it's nobody, it's only you. You're the only reasons you fail, and you're the only person who can get out of a bad situation. So once I realized this, I started to work, okay, so I need to level up myself. I need to stop giving excuses, I need to stop blaming others for my failure, I need to take all the full responsibility and actually improve on the things that would help my training. I did that, and here I am today, looking good, being pretty strong, having some good skills. So it was kind of worth it. It was a good mindset eventually. You know what I realized? I used to skip training at the beginning when things got tough in life. When things get tough in life, you skip to focus on that thing, just training might get in the way. Now, if you skip training, you make things worse. The problem will not even get fixed, or if the problem takes so long to fix and you cannot do anything about it, then just leave it, bro. Like, move on from it. You understand? Skipping workouts because of a problem in life is the worst thing I have ever done. It never paid off, it never made sense, it never helped anything. There's literally, I go to the point where there's no situation in life where you skip workouts, or let's say this, if there's some crazy stuff happening, you leave the training for the next day. But skipping a week, 1 month, only if you get injured or you have some crazy disease, you should, like, it. There's no advantage. Maybe look, comment in the comments, your opinion, bro, you need to skip because of this. Give me an advice, and hopefully this guy can do more than me in everything I do in sport. So if that's the case, then yeah, I'll listen to your opinion and I'll see what to say. But no, I'm joking. Actually, tell me, is there some situations that you've encountered, where you had no chance to train, like training was a bad idea? So tell me in the comments, and I want to see what you guys would have to say. And the lesson that taught me a lot is when I'm very excited for training, very motivated, and then I get to the workout and I get injured, or I don't progress and things go bad. And I realize, and I start to remember all the moments when I've done something wrong. So in those moments where I get injured, or when the workout doesn't go well and I don't progress, I just start to remember in the whole week all the things that I've done wrong that affected my workouts in a bad way. And I remember all of them, because in the moment when you make those mistakes, you're like, oh, it's gonna be okay. We always find a good reason why doing something bad for our training is a good idea. Every time. We know it's bad, but we find a good reason to why doing something bad is a good idea. And this is dangerous. This is dangerous because it gets you nowhere. And you end up regretting making the decision. So I got tired of making decisions that I always end up regretting, to the point where I realized there's no other option. And I just need to take this stuff more seriously. And yeah, I promise you, by the end of this video, you will never skip training. And even if you do, you will not do it for too long until you learn your lesson, which might take you a couple of weeks or a couple of months. But eventually, you will definitely not skip training. So stick until the end. Watch the video until the end. Now let's go through what actually skipping is. So skipping is, again, not leaving for 1 day later or 2 days later. It's you actually, like, the workout disappears in that week. It's over for you. Look, the consequences of your actions will teach you a lesson. Yeah, that's the best lesson you'll ever learn from skipping, is the consequences of you skipping. You losing weight maybe, or you gaining too much weight, or you not progressing, or you even losing gains. Everything that's gonna happen to you is well deserved. So I hope everything bad that's gonna happen to you from skipping workout will happen even more and even more severe. Yes, these are my wishes for you, because the lesson will be better if things go worse from you skipping a workout. Also, if you skip, do not start the cycle in a different way. So if you have push, pull, legs, and you skip push, and you just go for pull and legs, no. You skip, you go through the cycle normally. You don't skip any parts of the workout. You don't break the cycle. You start the way you should start, okay? Remember this. You just make the cycle longer, but you don't break the cycle, okay? So skipping is if you skip a muscle group, let's say a push day, and you do everything else, but you skip that. Or you had a skill day, and the skill was skipped fully. This is what skipping is about. So extra day of rest is completely fine, but keep this only as a last resort in some crazy situations. Also, if it's 2 a.m. and you're thinking, man, I can't skip the workout, I need to go to the gym. No, do not break your sleep cycle, or do not skip a meal for a workout. Try to, well, for meal, if you compare skipping a meal or skipping a workout, they're on the same kind of level. I would still go for the workout, just make sure you eat more the next day, so you compensate in terms of diet. When it comes to, would I rather not skip the workout, but sleep 2 hours less? I'm skipping the workout any time of the day just for sleep. Sleep is always the priority. Meals are not the priority. Training is not the priority. Sleep is the priority all the time, in anything in life, honestly. So sometimes I know it's hard to control it, because some crazy stuff maybe happens. Maybe you're excited for tomorrow a lot, so that's why you sleep bad. In these situations, it makes sense. And let me remind you the truth about leaving things for later. And it's crazy how much we succeed into lying to ourselves. How are we doing such a good job at lying to ourselves when it comes to, oh yeah, I'll do this tomorrow, next week, oh yeah, in a month, on this date, I'll actually start doing this. You never will. How many times have you proven this to yourself? Like, bro, like 100 times minimum. Why do you still believe in this? Because it's comfortable. Oh, it's so good to, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna take this more serious. Oh yeah, on that day. You never will. Like how many times did you prove this to yourself? Like maybe it's time to stop. Yeah, you know it's gonna happen again. You know you say tomorrow and then tomorrow. Hoppa, where's my motivation? Where is it? Where is it? It's not here. It's never gonna happen. You don't wait for motivation. You create it. Act excited. Act motivated. You act, and it's gonna happen. And believe that you're actually gonna do it. It's very important to believe and have a vision. Imagine yourself literally being the person you wanna be or doing the things that you wanna do. It's a very important part. So whenever you say something, tomorrow or later, put yourself on the spot. You know you're not gonna do it. You know later means never probably. Do it now. If not now, never. There's no option for later. So that's it. You've got this 100%. You can't fail anymore, bro. Today is the day, yeah? At least where you know the truth. You might mess up, it happens, but you know the truth now. So your goal is to be the way you need to be. And not the way we naturally are. The way we naturally are, we're broken naturally. We need to try to be good. If you try to be good, eventually with time, you will be good. It's like, I would call this someone who's not trying to be better. It's like an untrained dog. When you have an untrained dog, it might bark randomly, it might even bite you. If you have a trained dog, oh, it's very chill, it listens to your commands, it does everything good. Train yourself, mentally and physically. Be a trained dog, okay?